welcome to yet another tutorial. My name is Carolina, and in this tutorial I'll show you how to make this cute jacket using my new sewing pattern called Danielle. You can buy this pattern from my shop on Etsy, and I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. You'll need cutout pieces in main fabric and lining, as well as 5 buttons and 1 cm wide pre-folded binding tape for this project. To start, lay the back panel on the right side and pin the front panels right side to right side on the shoulders and sides. Then fold the sleeve right side to right side and sew the inside seam together. With jacket on the wrong side and sleeves on the right side, insert the sleeves into the jacket and pin the armholes together. Start from the underarm seam so they match up, and continue to pin the rest of the armhole and repeat the same steps on the other sleeve. Bind the top edge of the pockets. Of course, you'll need to use a matching thread to the color of your binding. Place pockets on the front panels 10 cm up from the hem and 8 cm from the center front. Pin pocket to ensure that it stays in place. Then fold the seam allowance of the pocket inside, starting from the sides, then the bottom, and at the end the corners. Measure both pockets to make sure that they are even. Then stitch the pockets to the jacket. As we are using beige thread, start top stitching the pocket after the binding. We'll finish the pockets next time we have black thread on the machine. Moving on to the lining, you want to repeat the same steps as we did with the jacket. Sew together back and front panels on the shoulders and side seams, right side to right side. Then fold sleeves in half and sew the inside seam together. I forgot to record to trim 1 centimeter of the hem of the sleeve, so just remember to do so, as lining for the sleeve should be a bit shorter than the main fabric sleeve. With lining jacket on the wrong side and sleeves on the right side, insert the sleeves into the jacket and pin the armholes. Place jacket on the right side and turn sleeves to the wrong side. Make sure that they are not twisted. Now with lining jacket on the wrong side, fold the sleeve by a bit and then insert it to the sleeve of the main jacket. Repeat the same steps with the second sleeve hem and sew them together. Then turn the sleeves to the right side. Lay out lining inside nicely and then pin sleeves so the lining starts 1 centimeter from the end of the sleeve. That's why we needed to trim off 1 centimeter of the hem of the lining sleeves before, and then press the sleeve using an iron so it stays in place. Moving on, pin the lining to the jacket. Make sure that all seams are nicely aligned together. Now that everything is pinned down, sew the neckline together. Then trim off seam allowance, but be careful not to cut the stitch line. Next, we need to bind the opening. Instead of cutting binding on each corner, fold the binding and continue to stitch down. This way, you will get much nicer finish. Start binding from the side seam so the jointed end of the binding is not very visible. Make sure to take your time to doing this and don't rush. Also, I think it goes without saying that you need to change the thread to match the color of your binding. Once you get to the end, cut the binding and fold the end by a bit for the smooth finish. Then top stitch the binding bit on the pockets we left while we have some same color thread. Mark placement of the buttons on the right side of the jacket. First button should be 4 cm from the neckline, then each next one 12 cm apart. And the last button should be 11 cm away. Mark position of the buttonholes on the other side with the same measurements as for buttons. I would highly recommend to make a test of the buttonhole first. Then open the buttonholes using an unpicker and sew the buttons to the jacket.
Bad luck, bad day, what should I do? Bad luck, bad day, what should I do?
Also, if you want, you can add buttons to the pockets or to the cuffs. And that's it! Your own perfect Danielle jacket. Thanks for watching!